This meeting is being recorded.
All right, welcome into the Three Guys Talking Ball podcast. This is episode 29, Eric Berry, Rod Carew edition. It's June 30th, 2022. We're recording this on Monday, June 27th, 2022. Reached a little bit of a low point in the sports world as the Stanley Cup just ended last night, as the Avs were able to beat the Lightning 2-1 to win that series in 6 games, their first Stanley Cup playoffs since 2001. The NBA draft was last Thursday. 4th of July is upon us. But before we get started talking what we have planned for the show today, I was informed by Ethan that as Ethan was moving to his new place, so we welcome Ethan is joining us from his new pad. And Ethan told me that those two have quite the story for me. So I have no idea what this is or what this is about. And I'm not sure where this is going to go. So without further ado, the floor is yours, gentlemen.
Well, I guess I'm still upset about it. I'm still mad about it. And Grant goes into such great detail telling this story that I don't do it when I'm doing it. So I'm going to let Grant take the majority of it. I'll chime in with my expressions where needed, but Grant's going to go first.
Oh God, boys. So where do we start here? And I would just like to thank Ethan for him applauding me on how well I tell the story, because I had to tell one to my buddy who moved to Florida last week. Oh, Sirens in Ethan's new place. Life is good.
Closer to Minneapolis, someone might have gotten shot.
As I was telling the story to my buddy who moved in Florida, Ethan was just in awe about what was going on, and he was still shook. So here we go. So last Thursday, Ethan has his new apartment. He had the key a week before, but this was going to be the big day. We're going to move the couch, the bed frame, the TVs. Ethan's going to come over to my place, grab a TV from my roommate, grab a TV stand. We got a couch. That'll be part of the story. And then also we should congratulate Ethan on him buying a new car. Just 10 days ago right now. Whoop, whoop. A nice Jeep, Trailhawk or Compass?
Compass Trailhawk.
Compass Trailhawk. My God, he's a big boy right now. And it's a sexy looking car. All black, black rims, red outline. It's a sexy vehicle. So that's important too for this story. So the day starts off, I go to Ethan's old apartment or old townhouse here in Plymouth. And, he's a gentleman and he goes, hey, if any driving you need to do today, Grant, you can take my new car. So we go to Ethan's people. He's a man of the people. He cares. Inflation's high. Gas ain't cheap. He goes, you know what? You can drive my car. You leave your car at my old townhouse in Plymouth. So for our Minneapolis audience, Ethan moved to Bunny's there. He moved by Bunny's in St. Louis Park. So 2 cities. So get to Ethan's old townhouse. We're going to move it. We get there. We go to U-Haul. We get the moving van. We go in. Smooth sailing. We're there for maybe not even a half hour. And in that time, we can get a bed frame, a couch, chairs.
We had damn near everything that first
a TV stand, a wine rack, a lamp, damn near everything you could ask for. So that's real smooth. Then we load up Ethan's, new car with, just a bunch of small stuff, bathroom stuff, kitchen, maybe small kitchen appliances that he could fit in a paper bag. We fill that truck, load up. Life is good. So then we drive to his new place. Again, we're there for 20 minutes. It's smooth sailing. We load everything in. We load everything out. Life is good. So then we're like, oh, we got some time to kill. But first, let's go back to my house in Plymouth. We take the U-Haul van. Ethan gets, a nice 55-inch TV, a TV stand, a hell of a deal, because my roommate and good friend of mine, Alec, he wanted to get the shit out of here. Ethan needed something. People helping people. It's a beautiful thing. Then we go up to Bunny's, Minneapolis' best, for some lunch. We're watching the Twins play. Life is good. And then after that, we go back to Ethan's place. We get the internet set up. He gets the internet set up. I'm talking to my buddy Caleb down on the phone in Florida. Life is good. So far for a moving day, it can't get any better. I mean, this is written in the stars. It's just smooth sailing, just like a hot knife through butter. It can't get any better than this. And then we have to drive up to Coon Rapids because Ethan, through Craigslist, found this gal who was looking to get rid of a couch. And guess what? Ethan needed a couch. His old one was trash. It was dumpy. I think he left it at his old place and told his old roommates good luck.
Yeah, my roommates asked me what I was doing with it last night. I didn't respond. So that hopefully tells them that I'm not grabbing it.
And he's not petty at all, folks. He's not petty. Remember that. So we're driving up. We're driving up. We're driving up to Coon Rapids to get this new couch. And this is where the adventure begins. Ethan's going to stop at a bank, try to get a couple $100 in cash. To buy this new couch. Life's good. So GPS takes us to a U.S. bank, and the U.S. bank is a parking ramp. It's a 2-story parking ramp that says U.S. Bank, and I'm like, this is no bank. We don't belong here.
Looking back, this should have been the point where we started questioning what was about to happen, or that something was going to go wrong.
Yeah. So then we try to go into St. Louis Park and stop at a new place. It's a Bank of America. And this place doesn't even look like a bank. It looks like a building 50 years into the future. And it almost looked like a home realty office where you're going to go buy a home. We're just looking to get a couple $100. Okay. So whatever, we end up, we find a bank, we get this cash, we go up to Coon Rapids, meet this gal. She goes, oh, you know what? Unfortunately, my mom just passed away. I was looking to get rid of the couch. I got a sectional. She said, hey, a couple $100. This was probably $1,000 couch. No one had sat in it before. So Ethan got a hell of a deal. We load the car up. But remember how, and then to go back when I first started this story, I had put my keys for my car that was at Ethan's old place in his new car because I didn't want to have to carry on my pocket all day. My phone and my wallet, trash. Too much stuff. Carried in there. So put my keys in the glove box. We drive up to Coon Rapids in just a moving van, and we leave his car parked in what we thought was lot 17 by Era on Excelsior. We come back, we beat traffic, and then as we pull into the parking lot, I look over to my right, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's a different car there. And I look over at Ethan, I say, Ethan, where's your Jeep at? And he goes, oh, no, Grant, it's parked right there. I said, no, bro, it's not. He said, what do you mean? I said, there's another car parked in spot 17. I think your car got towed.
Oh, no.
He goes, no, that's not possible. I said, Ethan, it's not there. This is a black car that says something like, I love Rob Zombie on the bumper sticker. And I know Ethan's not a Rob Zombie guy.
No, he's a douche.
So I'm appalled. I'm like, oh my God, I think this guy got towed. And then in my head, this is what I'm thinking. Is there so then I go up and we're confused because Ethan has a parking permit. He shouldn't be getting towed. And I'm like, I'm going to go up, look at this dude's front windshield and see if he's got the same parking pass. And on his window, it says Era on Excelsior number 17. We're in spot 17. And this is when Grant gets an idea brewing. He's like, wait a minute. Is there a chance that there's one parking spot in this whole lot that's reserved for one clown? But it can't be. So we're confused. And I'm like, yo, dude, it's 4:45. This apartment office closes. You got to go get your car. You got to find them and call this number to tow. So we're walking over to the office and I see a number and I say, yo, Ethan, it's this towing company here. Call this number, see if they got your car. So Ethan stops, comes back, calls the number. Oh no, we have no record of your car. It's not here. I don't know what to tell you. We're thinking, oh my God, where'd the car go? Did some other towing company get it? This can't be good. Ethan has no car. We just have U-Haul van, and we need to get that back to the shop by 6:30. So time is not on our side. So we get to the building where the leasing office is, and then Ethan walks in and he goes, "Hey, I'm just wondering. I think my car got towed. It's not there. I can't find it." And the office looks at us and they say, "Oh no, we would get an email, if your car was towed because we only go through the one company, and we have no record for that, so we don't know where your car's at." So Ethan's car is missing. I have no keys to my car and no keys to my house. So
just to make sure I'm on the same page, because you put your keys in
his pocket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In the pocket. Because we're thinking, hey, at the end of the day, when we bring the U-Haul back, we'll take the U-Haul back to the U-Haul. I'll drive Ethan's car. Then he takes his car over, he drives back to his old place, and I go home. Life's good. Kumbaya. Campfire songs. So then, as we're walking back, Ethan calls the tow company again. And they go, hey, I just called. You said you didn't have my car. They're like, well, what's the 6 digits of your VIN number? And he reads it off and he goes, oh, yeah, this car literally just got here about 2 minutes ago. So we probably missed his car getting towed by 5-10 minutes.
Oh.
And then right as Ethan gets that call, he gets an email from the said, oh, hey, we have been notified that your car has been towed out of this lot 17, blah, 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 blah. So then as we're walking back, to the office, I forgot to mention this, I see on the parking lot 18, there's a car parked in front of 18. What does the parking pass say? Era 18. Lot 19, era 19. 20, era 20. So in this apartment complex, there's literally one parking spot in each little area reserved for one person. And we happen to pick the wrong person.
Oh, jeez.
Car got towed. So then we get back, we get the couch inside. And then
let's talk about the parking spot for a minute. It's in the middle of the parking lot. It's not even close to a building.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that makes no sense. This dude has to walk all the way across the damn parking lot just to get to his apartment, and he pays extra to not have any roof on his house or over his car. Plus, it's a shitty car in the first place.
And yeah, he's literally parked in between two buildings, so he's not close to anywhere. And then when Ethan is talking to the people on the phone from the tow truck company, he's like, hey, can I come by later today and pick my car up? Oh, well, actually, sorry, sir. We hate to notify you, but our office closes at 4 p.m. You'll have to pick your car up tomorrow morning. What? So you'll tow people all night, but you won't come pick this dude's, you can't let us pick his car up until after 4 p.m.? That's ridiculous. So then after we're just flabbergasted, we don't know what hit us. We literally have to do this so I can get home. We go in, we get the couch inside.
I just got this new car. I don't even have the fucking title.
Yeah, he didn't have the title yet, and they want the 6 to get your car back. They want the last 6 of the VIN, how much you paid for it, the title, all this other stuff. He goes, I bought this car 5 days ago. I don't know what to tell you. So then we're sitting back like this. Excuse me. We get done moving. So I can get my car home. We have to do this. Drive from Ethan's new apartment to my house at 5:30 in rush hour traffic going north. So I can go home, get my spare key. And then when I get my spare key, we drive to Ethan's old apartment. And then to bring the U-Haul back, we got to go from Ethan's old townhouse to the gas station so he can fill it up. From the gas station to U-Haul back to Ethan's new apartment, and then I can go home. So what should have taken 20 minutes took an hour and a half. All because we happened to park in the wrong freaking spot. And one guy said, wait a minute, I pay an extra $50 a month for this terrible spot. I'm going to have this dude towed. And like we said, we should have known this was coming because when you're moving, something always goes pear-shaped. It's awful. And then Ethan's car gets towed, and we're thinking, this is unbelievable. And to make it worse, guys, I didn't tell you this. On Thursday, I woke up Friday morning at 3 a.m. about a nightmare that my car was getting towed.
Too bad you weren't there when I picked my car up.
Oh, on Friday morning?
Was so sketchy. It's in the very back of like an old ass strip mall in freaking Crystal.
Oh, gross.
Sketchy area. And if people don't know Crystal, it's not good. Let's just go with that. And you have to go all the way back around, and then you see where the cars are, but then you don't really see anything like where you walk in. And all of a sudden, there's like this A-frame that just says Schmidt Towing just to the left right there. Door's locked. You have to hit like not a doorbell, like a buzzer to like a zzz,
like you're going to a real lock. Like,
yes.
Like a locked, the locked FedEx building in Fargo.
Yeah, it's just sketchy as hell. And you got to push that to get in. And then they get inside and you just walk into a very small, like maybe 8x8 room, not even probably. And then they have barbed wire not barbed wire, but like bars, like a prison bar.
Jesus.
And then they just have like a small, like a ticket window. That's all they have in there. And then they're just like proof of ownership. I'm just like, okay, These guys were definitely packing, like 100% fucking. They definitely had guns on them. But I was just like, what the hell?
I couldn't get over how I was just like, yo, dude, bro, where's your car at? It's not here. It's
not
gone.
There. It's gone.
It was unbelievable, and it didn't help that Thursday it was hot, and we're all, it wasn't much physical work, but you're moving, you're tired, you're just like, oh, I don't want to do this, and it's.
And back to Grant mentioned I'm petty. So the following day, once I got my car back, the spot next to him just happens to be open. So I don't park in his spot, but I purposefully back up. And I back up so I can still get out on my side without whacking my door on anything. But I go right on that line. I mean, my tire was probably just a little bit over the line, just so that son of a gun has to deal with getting in there, and just I can be a petty piece of shit and make his life not fun.
It would have been really funny if he towed it. He called it and got it towed again just because you did that. Just petty. No,
I updated my car info. They can't tow him, so he can go do something else in his life besides tow my truck. I won't say it. So that was our Thursday night.
That sounds.
What just killed me the most was literally this. This is what killed me the most. Ethan's new apartment, where I live, Ethan's old place, gas station, U-Haul, Ethan's now current place, so I could drop him home. Grant had to go home. I was just like, oh, this is ridiculous. And as I'm playing this through my head, when we got the couch inside, I was just like, this is going to take an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. And then I felt like we almost took the door off of Ethan's new apartment front door. I mean, if we had 36 and a half inches to get that couch through, we used like 36 and 7/15 of it. We were skating by the edge there.
The worst thing was I had no wine to drink, and I didn't have a car to go get any after all that stress.
True. First world problems terrible. Right there.
Oh, that's terrible.
Sad day all around.
Hey, the Twins won that day though, so
they did win that day.
And that was part of the positive too. We're on the way up to Coon Rapids. We're listening to the Twins game. They get the win. Ethan's like, after what they did last night, this would be the most Twins thing to win 1-0. And guess what they won?
Yeah,
1-0. They did. Yeah.
So that was quite the story to start the podcast off, but we'll move over to the NBA draft was last Thursday, and I didn't get to watch any of it. I was at Golf League. I golfed horribly, but we got the win, so that's what matters. And one of the team we were playing had it on, so I was able to listen to a little bit of the picks. And the Magic fan here, I wasn't really sure. Every time Orlando gets the number one pick or a top two pick, it always seems like it's a year too early or a year too late. They never get that like just absolute stud.
Hey, they got Shaq and Dwight Howard once.
They did. And well, Shaq was before I was alive. And then, Dwight Howard, we had some good years, but since Dwight Howard is what I was saying.
Okay.
But the Magic took Paulo Banchero from Duke. And I wasn't really sure who to pick. I was kind of leaning a little bit towards Jabari Smith from Auburn. And I asked our former guest, Anthony Wright, on Twitter who I hope Orlando takes that would give me some hope. And he said Paulo. So I will trust him. My biggest concern with him is because he is definitely talented. I just don't think he has a dog in him. You watch the Final Four game against Carolina, who Duke had four players taken in this year's draft. So surely and in Coach K's final year, they had to have won the national title, didn't they? Did they not?
Caleb Love said, "Hold my beer." Actually, hold my cigarette.
That's right.
I'm going to hit this big shot.
Carolina had to have quite a few guys drafted in the first round too, didn't they?
None.
Oh, they did. Weird. But it was Coach K's last year. There's no way he was going to lose. There was no way he was going to go on a media tour, have everybody deep throat his cock for 10 months, then cry when teams wouldn't give him a going away present. But it wasn't about him. It was not about
Coach K's
K at
wife
all.
put his kids in suitcases in a closet.
In a
He deserves
closet.
to be put in jail. In a closet.
In a
And
closet.
ESPN's bragging about it.
In a Southeastern Asian country. That's not safe.
Unbelievable.
No.
Unbelievable.
Child endangerment. Arrest his ass.
I'd
Hey.
say child endangerment, child neglect, just being a dookie in general. They're just awful people.
Well, no, not entirely, because his wife did wear a mask.
Oh, so she's
I'm
better
trying
than
to bet John Shire's kids are in some like cellar right now, just sitting there trying to figure out where their next meal's coming from.
Oh, dude, John Shire can't even get into his office because Coach K refuses to leave it.
But hey, Coach K's not going to any of the games next year.
No,
Remember that? Hiding in his basement.
And it's not about him. It's about everybody else. But
Hope someone chains him up in his closet so he can.
But I'm
see
gonna
his
be
kids
mad.
do it.
I'm gonna be mad when Carolina doesn't honor me, or NC State. But enough of that. We'll go back to the Paulo, and that's my biggest concern is, and in that Final Four game, he had 19 points, but he disappeared the last 5 minutes. There was nowhere to be found, and if you're a number one pick, you can't do that. I've heard the comparisons of Kevin Durant, which if it turns out to be that way, great, and I will buy a Paulo Banchero jersey.
I have a question. Who said that Kevin Durant comparison? Was it Kendrick Perkins? Because if it was Kendrick Perkins, that doesn't count. I mean, we would be better at doing basketball analysis than him, and he played in the NBA. I mean, his player comparisons were just awful all night. I mean, the way you listen to him, this draft class is going to have 16 future Hall of Famers.
He didn't even know some of the damn players.
I think what he did was, I think he was just trolling the entire night. I think he's gotten to that stage of his life like old people do, where I'm pretty sure they just say things the wrong way just to piss young people off. I think that's what he was doing. I think he was just going full troll mode, trying to just get under people's skin by mispronouncing stuff.
No, I think Kendrick Perkins is cool, because if you remember watching him play, he could have elbowed the guy in the eye, broken an eye bone, and he would have thrown his hands in the air like, no, I didn't touch him. No, I didn't do it. I don't know what you're talking about, ref. I mean, is this what ESPN has come to, where Jay Billis looks like he doesn't want to be there because there's someone incompetent next to him who they're trying to make the star, when it's like, let this be the Jay Billis show. And one player I do miss on draft night, speaking of draft comparisons, is Chauncey Billups. Now the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers. When he gave his comparisons, it actually made sense. And you kind of saw listening when you're watching the highlights, you're like, yeah, this dude could maybe be a player like this. He's not promoting anyone to be an all-pro or, an all-time great. But, he was thoughtful. He made sense, and he was passionate about it. So I kind of just miss Chauncey in the media. I
think we need more. I said this on a previous podcast. I don't know if Richard Jefferson. I know was he on draft night as well?
He was not.
He was not. We need more Richard Jefferson, because listening to him he's fantastic. He's incredible. He knows his stuff.
We need more Richard Jefferson, JJ Redick, and I like Matt Barnes whenever Matt Barnes is on Fox.
Okay. Yeah, he's all right. Chris Broussard, I think, disappeared. I haven't heard anything about him in ever.
Well, he's now doing First Things First with Nick Wright in the morning.
Is he a full-time host now?
Yeah, well, they have like 4 hosts or something. It's Jenna, Wolf, Nick, Chris Broussard, and some guy with Boston ties. Is it like Kevin Wildes? I want to say. Big Patriots guy, big Celtics guy, and him and Nick don't get along because Nick hates everything to do with Boston, and I think it's just scripted TV that there can be a little rivalry. But yeah, so Chris, and then he's got a radio show or a podcast on Fox Sports. But not doing much reporting anymore, more almost like some analysis type work.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I know Brandon Marshall was the host before him, but that clearly must not have worked out. And what did you guys think of the Wolves picks?
I like the center. I like Kessler. They need a rim protector, and he's the definition of it. I can't remember who else the other guy they took was, honestly.
They took Wendell Moore, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he could be good. I don't think he ever really was what he could have been at Duke either. So, I mean, he has a lot of potential. So I think that's kind of what the T-Wolves have been going for a lot the last couple of drafts. It's just pure potential when you look at Vanderbilt and stuff like that.
And I'm with you, Ethan. I like the Kessler pick because they did need a rim protector on the inside and someone who's not looking to be the guy offensively, someone who can just sit back, get rebounds, block shots. So that way Cat doesn't have to take on that role of being a rim protector. He can be more of an offensive guy.
Put him at the 4 like he's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. And
I'm not saying Kessler's going to start by any means, but it gives Cat the more chances at playing the 4.
Yeah, exactly. And, if, they're on the court at the same time, if you're playing, a team like Denver and you got Jokic, you can put Kessler on him because he's got 6 fouls. I'm not saying he's going to stop Jokic. Jokic is back-to-back MVPs, but anytime you got someone who is a little better on the defensive end, you don't have to have your star big man guard him, and you can save fouls. Life is good. So I like the pick there. And, Wendell Moore, he didn't play bad last year for Duke, but he's another wing defender and a 3-point shooter that the Wolves, coveted so much. It feels like this roster is filled with those. So, I mean, we'll see. And the new basketball ops guy coming from Denver, he knows how to evaluate talent. It's not his fault his team got destroyed with injuries last year. And well, Michael Porter Jr. has a bad back, and that's on him for taking him. But he built a hell of a
risk. It wasn't a first-round pick.
Was that?
Or was he a first round? Was Porter a first-round pick?
Yeah, he was like 15, I think.
Yeah, so I'd take that talent at 15. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was the number 1 player coming out of his high school class, and then he barely played at Missouri because he had back issues there too.
Yeah.
But and then in the second round, Orlando took Caleb Houston out of Michigan. So I think Michigan or Orlando is just Michigan South at this point between the Wagner brothers and then taking Caleb Houston. He's 3-and-D guy. I mean, he had some good moments, had some bad moments. Got taken in the second round. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully he's able to provide some. But I do like the young core Orlando has around them with Paulo. If he can take that step, find that dog in him and lead them, because I think that would get them over the hump. I like Jalen Suggs at point guard. I like Franz.
Do they have Cole Anthony?
Yep, Cole Anthony. Markelle Fultz, if he was really coming on before Achilles blew up again, and I liked him. So they have a good core. Mo Bamba as well. Jonathan Isaac, if he could stay healthy, it sounds like he might be on his way out, though, just because there's just no room for him. But there's some talent there. I have some hope, and hopefully within the next few years, they'll be able to get into the playoffs. See what happens.
Question for you on, on the Magic. You hear the podcast, the radio interview Shaq was on this week about wanting to be an owner for the team. How do you feel about former stars trying to, be owners of, professional teams? What's your kind of take on that?
I like it a little bit just because I think those types of owners, they understand what the players go through. They understand how they tick, how they work mentally. It obviously hasn't quite worked out for Michael Jordan and Charlotte, where they really have made some deep runs. Hasn't been great as a GM or owner, but it depends on who he has around him. I think that's the biggest thing, is just getting the right people in your circle and not having just a bunch of yes men around you. If you're able to have guys that have different viewpoints, understand what that main goal is, and come together to build towards that goal, I don't have an issue with it. So it really depends on who they put around them, and if they're able to come work through their disagreements and ultimately get over that hump. But
yeah,
it's interesting. And Orlando, they've been just a horribly run franchise forever. So maybe something like that, maybe getting an owner like Shaq in there would be something good, a new change of just the fresh face of the franchise. And Shaq is beloved in Orlando, and got to the finals when he was playing there. And who knows? I think if Penny's able to stay healthy and not get hurt, I think Shaq stays. I think Orlando has at least one title.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, that those Lakers teams, they were just absolutely loaded, with Phil as the coach. But you're telling me that the Magic couldn't take down, they couldn't take down Reggie Miller and the Pacers and the Nets and AI Sixers that year. And rest in peace to Kobe. But let's be honest, Shaq was a straw that stirred that drink for those first three titles. Kobe took over in 2000 when Shaq got fouled out, and I want to say with Game 4, but Shaq was the dude. And who knows? He could have done that in the East. It's not his fault that he had to play Hakeem Olajuwon there in '95 and the defending champs. So yeah, you're right. It's always interesting to see what could have been had someone not gotten injured, or if someone said, "Hey, I want to get traded." It's always fun to play those what if games.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not Shaq wouldn't be the first owner. The Wolves have A-Rod as an owner. I'm trying to think of Michael Jordan in Charlotte. Pat Riley. Well, Pat Riley has some ownership shares, I think, for the Heat. He's been there forever. He has to at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think who else does. It's not James
I don't
Dolan.
think the NFL does.
No, I know there's. I wouldn't be surprised if Manning in a couple of years gets a small share, and maybe
Tom Brady could have bought the Dolphins, but that fell through.
Tom Brady, he officially owns the New York Jets.
True,
and
he does.
Let's not forget that Aaron Rodgers owns the city of Chicago.
He does. He basically owns the NFC North at this point.
Mm-hmm. But the best part,
Ethan.
this game this last year in Soldier Field.
Who owns the NFC North?
Aaron Rodgers.
Well, Cousins is 4-3-1 versus the Packers.
Well, and on that note, sure, the Packers have won this division recently, but if you go back the last
Vikings have won the series. I'm just saying.
Vikings and Packers, it's close to 500 to the Vikings maybe have a one-game advantage. I mean,
4-3-1, legitimately. That's exactly what it is. That's Kirk's record.
I'm saying go Packers. With Keenum and Brad, and in 15 when Teddy and it was the year of AP, it's got to be pretty 500 Vikings Packers.
Should be 5-3 for Kirk, considering we missed the kick in overtime and all that shit. That was brutal. But in the time,
that was the first game against the two. Yeah,
that was freaking needle throw to Thielen.
No, that wasn't that.
Yeah, that was week 2, 2018.
I thought it was 19.
Nope, 18. It was the 18. It was 18, and then in the 19 Super Bowl or 19 season where the Super Bowl was played. But 19, the Packers swept them. Did they sweep them?
Yeah, they did because the Vikings got up 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, and then the comeback was late. But yeah, you're right. It was an 18.
So we'll move over to the NHL playoffs. Last night, the Avs wrapped up. Were able to close it out on the road in Tampa against the Lightning, and Grant predicted Lightning in 7, but fell a little bit behind, fell down 3-1, able to get it to 3-2 Friday night in Colorado. But in the end, Darcy Kemper played really good those last night. After giving up an early goal, the Avs were able to get 2 on the board in the second period, and they were the best team all year. I think the Lightning gave them everything they could handle, but I think the Lightning's injuries were just a little bit too much against a team like Colorado.
I mean, you got to give Tampa Bay credit even for coming back in that series. After those first 2, you're thinking 4 sweep. Like, it's over, it's done. They just got their ass absolutely handed to them out in Colorado. To bounce back, you win game 3, then you lose game 4, correct? Then you go back on the road, win game 5. I mean, you got a puncher's chance at that point, but yeah, like Atlanta, Denver's just way too explosive. Like, it's just freaking. You get them in the open ice, it's done. Like, it doesn't matter who it is even.
Well, yeah, and they come at you in waves, guys. They're 4 lines deep. I mean, that the game 4 win they had last Wednesday. They didn't stop attacking in overtime. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking, oh crap, something bad's going to happen here soon. You just kind of get that feeling like if Tampa Bay wants to win this game, they're going to need the lucky break because they're it was just a savaging.
Denver's just peppering them.
Oh, just Pepper and Vasilevsky. And, I can't say the guy's name because I'm going to totally mess it up, but he just put a nice move on and he beat Vasilevsky in the upper corner there. And for a while, nobody knew if the puck went in. Because it was kind of like where to go. But Colorado, they were just the best team all year. They were deep. They came at you in so many ways. I mean, it was their year, and for them to build this team over the last 10 years and to hit on so many first round picks, it just shows this is how you should build a team. To build it through the draft. You build a deep team. You have a coaching staff you can trust, and they finally got over that second round hump this last year, because before this year, they lost in the second round, I want to say 3 years in a row, and people are like, can Colorado do it? Can Colorado do it? Like Dylan said with injuries, well, it's not Colorado's fault that Tampa Bay, they were banged up and through a war these last 3 years of a COVID Stanley Cup and playing into July last year. And then this year, round 2 when Jordan Binnington gets hurt in game 3. Well, it's not their fault. Collisions happen. It's sports. St. Louis, they just couldn't rebound from that. But so, yeah, Colorado, they were just dominant. It was their year. And, I don't like the Avs. I don't really like the city of Denver, sports-wise. Thanks to all these Broncos fans out there. But they were the best team and they deserved it. And it's always cool to see these guys, lift the Stanley Cup up for the first time because they're so joyous when they do it. And, they were the best team. It's their time. It's their time to shine.
Yeah, for sure. And I know they just have that E60 or 30 for 30 on ESPN of the Avs Red Wings series in the early 2000s. Have you guys been able to watch that yet?
I have not.
Not yet. I want to because it looks awesome. So I gotta find some time and watch that because, like you said,
Red Wings were the team for us growing up. They were always damn good.
Yeah.
Hmm. So once they moved them to the Eastern Conference, it seemed like it's just been gone downhill for them because
them and the Devil. Those are the two teams always consistent.
Yep. Them in New Jersey, and then
Roder.
Pittsburgh kind of came over for a little bit, and now the Red Wings they're just an afterthought. I mean, they moved out of Joe Louis Arena. They now play at is it Little Caesars Arena?
Yeah,
Little Caesars Palace.
Yeah, Little Caesars or something. Yeah, with the Pistons, and it's not the same for
it's
the
a
Red
hell of a
Wings.
facility. I'll give them that.
What was that?
It's a nice facility.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, it's brand new construction, but it's just nothing like Joe Louis Arena for those Red Wings there in downtown Detroit.
No, and yes, so Avs are the best team. We'll see if they can run it back next year, and we'll move over. It is the 4th of July weekend. You guys got anything planned?
Cody Magnuson's coming back, so we're gonna do some golf on Thursday, and then Saturday I think we're gonna hit up his cabin, and then grandparents are coming, so we got all kinds of good stuff. Then I get a grill for the team on 4th of July at work. So
there you go.
And that's so you not only get a grill, but you're getting paid extra money to do it. God, what a time!
I'm getting paid extra money to grill all day. It's fantastic.
That's damn near
great.
There.
That is.
And I'm gonna go find fireworks to watch somewhere.
There's plenty up in these parts.
Oh, there's more than enough.
I know me. I just nothing too crazy. For the old Grantster plan, might try to maybe get out on a boat ride, enjoy this nice weather because the weather is going to be just fantastic this weekend. So kind of go do that, and maybe try to find some good food here on Lake Minnetonka, which there's plenty of, and do a little sightseeing. But nothing too crazy, just kind of a laid back, chill weekend, just like me. So it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I think I'm going on to my aunt and uncle's cabin out at Lake Chad. It's about an hour or so southeast of Dickinson, so go hang out with them. Granger Smith is in Dickinson. He's doing a concert with Earl Dibbles, so I might go check that out. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot planned. Maybe do some golf. And that's about all I have planned for the 4th. Hang out, relax. And then we'll move over to Curveball of the Week, and we'll keep it in the 4th of July realm because it is the 4th of July Monday. So, what is your guys' favorite 4th of July activity?
I've always been a huge fireworks guy. I don't know. That was just the one thing we always did growing up was we go with our best friends from Iowa and we watch fireworks all night. Like it was fantastic. You know, you bring your food and all that stuff, some snacks, some Capri Suns, and you just lay out and you watch fireworks.
Are you a fan of buying the fireworks, or are you just like watching?
Both. We would go to South Dakota, drive up and buy some illegal ones since that was the closest state. But yeah, lighting them off's fun. It's a lot more fun when you hit the big ones and you have to sprint out of there so you don't get blown up.
Yeah, don't pull a Jason Pierre-Paul and
blow your hand off.
Miss a thumb and have to wear a club the rest of your life.
Yeah. If we ever get him on, I'm going to ask him what it's like having 3 less fingers.
Oh, I'm sure that dude could beat your ass through a screen, and I hope he does.
Make for good television.
It would make for a great YouTube.
Or he just end it and just tell us to go pound sand. Just pound sand. We wouldn't even get to ask him a question. That's the one question we ask, and Ethan ruined it.
You know, classic Ethan, just ruining good things.
Yep. What I do best.
But for me, it's the food. It's the you pull you get the charcoal out.
Grant likes food.
I love me some food. You guys know this. I'm a big boy. It's just getting together with family. Hanging out on the grill. For me, the food staple. It's a 4th of July special. It's a brat staple. Probably. Well, I'm going to be honest here. I'll probably try to have 3 or 4 brats myself. Then all the food on the side, getting together.
Are we talking all day or in one sitting? Because if it's all day, you're going to eat at least 8 wieners.
Oh no, it's in one set.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
all at the same time.
Oh yeah,
4.
I Kobe there. Yeah, I'm the Kobe all at one time. I'm gonna inhale my.
Don't even chew them, just straight down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna just like Dylan's buddy. I'm just gonna swallow a whole hot dog. Oh my god, I did it. But yeah, I'm gonna have no shame when I have 4 brats, 16 brownies, 3 pounds of potato salad, a bunch of coleslaw, and I'm gonna look at my mom and sister in the face and say, I'm proud of what I did. They're gonna be embarrassed to see me there. Daryl's gonna love it, but he can't love it too much because his wife is there, and she has to tame him down a little bit. Sorry, Mom. But
are they gonna be back from Rome?
They're gonna be back on Thursday night. Nice. Yeah, I gotta pick them up. They're gonna be exhausted for these next couple of days, so I might go down and see them next week when they're back and fully functioned with the time. Because when they got there last Thursday or Friday morning, they walked around Rome, did some sightseeing, got to the hotel, and then they were probably in bed by 7. At 3:30, they were like, we're wide awake because of all the travel and all that other nonsense. But yeah, they'll be back from Rome, so be able to hear all those fun little adventures. Zan, but yeah, just good food, meeting with family I haven't seen for a while, sharing some stories. Having 3 or 4 cold ones throughout the whole day, 3 or 4 cold ones, and just having a good time.
Yeah, I'm there with you. My uncle usually, when we go out to his cabin, he usually makes a shrimp crab broil where you got the potatoes, shrimp, mussels, corn.
I was gonna say
potatoes, carrots. You got everything, and you just dumps it on the table, and you pick at what you want to eat. Crawfish, it's incredible. And then you're out on the lake. You're just enjoying the water, the good weather, having a couple 14, 15 cold ones if you're me, and just being with family or friends, and that's what it's all about. Just being around the people you care the most about, and when you're company.
When you're listening to music, you're listening to Toby Keith all day and only Toby Keith.
Toby Keith and Kid Rock, baby. That's it.
That's all you need.
Yes. So we hope everybody has a happy and safe 4th of July. We will talk to you next week.